He may be your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, but the web-slinger has done some truly awful things in his lifetime. Here are the 7 worst things Spider-Man has ever done.
Number 7. Punched a lady to death. Spider-Man is known for pulling his punches and holding back from releasing a full-force blow with his fist. This is because his superhuman strength would make a punch from him deadly to some of his less powered foes, like Dr. Octopus, who's just a normal man with giant metal tentacles. But during a fight with Wolverine, he wasn't holding back. After all, Wolverine has adamantium coating his bones and regenerative abilities. Unfortunately, Spider-Man swung a little wild and ended up missing his intended target and striking a nearby human woman instead. She did not survive the blow. Number 6. Gave MJ cancer. This one wasn't intentional on Spider-Man's part, but he gave the love of his life cancer. In the Spider-Man Reign storyline, we see an elderly retired Peter Parker. It's a story in the same vein as The Dark Knight Returns or Old Man Logan. Taking place in an alternate future where superpowered crime no longer exists, it's revealed that Mary Jane died of cancer that she got from having intimate relations with Peter Parker. You see, the radiation that gives Spider-Man his powers was transmitted to Mary Jane through other fluids and gave her cancer. I gotta tell you, being Spider-Man's girlfriend never seems to work out. Number 5. Struck a deal with the devil. If there's one thing we should have learned from movies and TV, it's that making a deal with the devil never works out. Remember Bedazzled? But Peter Parker loves his Aunt May so much that he's willing to do anything to save her. Even strike up a deal with Mephisto, Marvel's interpretation of Satan. After revealing his secret identity to the world, Aunt May is shot in a targeted attack against Peter's loved ones. In order to bring her back and erase the memory of his secret identity from the world, he strikes up a deal and sacrifices his marriage to Mary Jane. This storyline was loosely adapted for the No Way Home movie in the MCU. Number 4. Kissed Gwen Stacy and the Green Goblin's daughter. Originally, we were going to put Peter letting the robber that killed Uncle Ben go out of spite and vengeance here, but seeing as Peter has suffered with that fact and how it resulted in Uncle Ben's death for his entire life, we'll lay off him on that one. Besides, without Ben's murder, would we even have Spider-Man? So instead, we're going with one that just feels icky. The Spider-Man storylines Sins Past and Sins Remembered are widely considered to be Spidey's worst, and for good reason. One moment in the Sins Remembered comic features Peter passionately kissing Sarah, the daughter of Gwen Stacy and the Green Goblin, which is already all sorts of messed up. What makes it even weirder, Sarah is only about 9 years old. She just ages quicker thanks to the Green Goblin serum in her blood. That's all sorts of yucky. Number 3. Hit Mary Jane Watson. Mary Jane Watson has gotten the short end of the stick more than a few times when it comes to her relationship with Peter Parker, but this is probably the worst of it. During the Clone Saga comic run, Mary Jane tries to break up a fight between Peter Parker and Ben Reilly, and Peter reacts by hitting her in a fit of rage. To top it off, MJ is pregnant at the time. That's a felony in most cases. Not his proudest moment. Tobey Maguire had a similar incident in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3, but at least he could blame the symbiote for corrupting him. Number 2. He eats a dude. Now, to be fair, this wasn't an innocent guy by any means. It was Morlun, a vampire spider hunter. Still, eating a man is a whole new level of dark. During Spider-Man the Other, Peter finds himself mutating, transforming into a being that is more spider than man, and it's during this mutated state that he consumes Morlun, eating him alive and probably giving himself nightmares for the rest of his life. Number 1. Killed Gwen Stacy. We've already established that it's not easy being Spider-Man's girlfriend, but for Gwen Stacy, it proved fatal. Due to a never-ending parade of supervillains looking to attack Spider-Man at his heart, his love interests are never really safe. Sure, Spider-Man does his best to save Gwen when she's thrown to her death by Green Goblin, but a webbed catch proved to be too much force and ultimately breaks her back. Yeah, she would have died either way, but now Spider-Man has the burden and the guilt to carry with him. But hey, at least he can make out with her daughter in the future.
What do you think? Are these the worst things Spider-Man has ever done? Let us know in the comments. And be sure to check out this other video, 7 Abilities and Powers of Blue Beetle.